If you are the maintainer of the open source project, you have to learn how to ignore people. It makes no sense to discuss with some people, and it makes absolutely no sense to convince some people, and in case of some people you either ignore or you mute them or you ban them and you absolutely do not talk with some people. That's just reality works. And especially this applies to the people that assume that only because they downloaded the open source software that was given them for free, that they have right to demand something, and that gives them right to push developers around, and that gives them right to basically be a major asshole. And unfortunately, there are people like that. They are basically trolls. And if you hit a troll like that, yes, no, you can try to explain in the beginning. No, we are doing this in our time. You have no right to demand, and so on and so on. But then they continue with being assholes, and at the end, okay, ban this user because this leads nowhere. And the reality of the open source is that the open source, and especially basically all open source licenses, there is a price that you pay when you use the open source software. And in case of the majority of the open source licenses, at least the popular ones, and especially the GPL v3 under which the INAV is licensed, is that INAV comes without any warranty. And you have no right to demand anything, and you have absolutely no right, and the developers have no obligation to help you with anything if they are not willing to. That means that if it's not working for you, that means basically you cannot request help, you cannot request assistance, you cannot demand that anybody helps you, that anybody will solve your problem, because one of the paragraphs of the license to which you agreed by downloading and installing the GPL v3 software is that there is no warranty, and the developers are not liable for absolutely anything. The software can even have a code that will cause your drone airplane to explode, and you have no right to demand this code to be fixed or removed, because there is no warranty of any absolutely kind when it comes to the open source. Is it good? Is it bad? It really depends. Is it good? Is it bad? It's good for the, let's say, the maintainers of the open source software, because if they would be obligated to act as the customer support for something that they are not paid, and nobody would be doing that. On the other hand, you have to be aware that if you hit the problem, you cannot have the guarantee that anybody will be able to help you with your problem. If the community will not be able to help you, and none of the developers that are working of the software are not right now in the mood to help you, you cannot force anyone to do anything. And unfortunately, from time to time, there are people that think otherwise. And this usually ends in the way that bad.